With us this morning from One Acadiana, Jason Elkoubi, to talk about their new initiative and priorities, which will be unveiled tomorrow in Grand Coteau. Good morning, Jason. Tell me about the new priorities.
Yeah, people recognize that in this great community, despite all the things that are going well, despite our great culture, despite our economic base, there's some things that we need to work on. We talk about traffic congestion. Many business folks are wanting some workforce issues addressed. We want to make sure that we continue to create economic opportunities for our families, for our children and grandchildren, especially at a time when one of our big bases is in terms of oil and gas is a little bit soft, and so one of the things that we have done with One Acadiana, one of the hallmarks is the idea that for many of these issues that we share across parish lines, we're going to be able to address them more effectively. We're going to be able to address them faster if we work together. And so we have pulled together through One Acadiana business and civic leaders from across 9 parishes. One of the first things they said as we launched this new initiative at the beginning of the year is, we've got some elections coming up. We've got elections at the state level. We've got elections here in Lafayette. Let's spend some time really looking at the issues. Let's prioritize them, and let's do our homework. Let's do the analysis around what we can actually do to move the ball down the field and improve our economic competitiveness, improve our quality of life by having smart solutions that our organization and our partners and elected officials can implement together.
So what are some areas that you believe that One Acadiana can have an impact as far as the elections are upcoming to be able to, in representing, our area, be able to parlay those interests into Baton Rouge?
Well, in terms of the overall process, what we've done is we've looked at things that are important to all of Acadiana. We're a regional economic development organization. We're a regional business organization, and so we've looked at the things that can happen in a good way, believe it or not, in Baton Rouge at the state capitol, things that we can bring to a 9-parish regional legislative delegation and to the next governor. Those are the things that we're going to begin to roll out tomorrow. And I won't tell you all the details now because we're going to save some of that for these rollout events, which we're going to be sharing with you. But, for those listeners and for you guys who've heard me talk before, we're taking the things that our members, that our investors, that our partners have prioritized. So no big surprises in a lot of ways. You're gonna hear about solutions to transportation infrastructure, to traffic congestion. You're going to hear things related to workforce development and job creation. But what we've done is really drilled deep on those things and found the things that will move our region forward together. At the same time, we've looked at similar issues that are specific to Lafayette Parish. And so over the course of the next month, we're going to roll out our Acadiana priorities, the priorities for a better Acadiana. In a similar way, starting at the beginning of September, we're going to roll out the priorities for a better Lafayette. And we're going to do all of this by working together with a diverse coalition, not just of business leaders, but partners, elected officials, candidates, who know that as strong as we are, we can always get better, and recognize that we operate in a competitive global economic landscape, and that we can't take our eye off the ball.
And Joseph Zanco here from Home Bank, another Acadiana stronghold business. What does this mean for you and kind of the mission of your company as well?
Well, certainly. We grow as a bank when the economy grows in our region. So everything that One Acadiana does obviously supports that. The process that we've gone through over the course of the last 6 to 9 months in collecting feedback from the community on what the priorities should be, one of the advantages we have now at One Acadiana, because the business community has stepped up with dollars, is we've been able to invest in the right type of people to help us vet those particular issues. As you see the priorities rolled out over the course of the next few weeks, you're going to see the items ultimately that rose up on the priority list, because we believe ultimately that the benefits of these priorities outweigh the costs.
And so do you think, Acadiana has been a booming area. Where do you see Home Bank's role in that?
Well, certainly our company has a history of supporting business growth and retention. So again, for us or any bank in this town, is the way that our balance sheet grows is with a vibrant business community that is growing. And so as you kind of look at the 30,000 foot of the priorities as they come out, and again, we're not going to reveal a whole lot today, but you'll see education and the types of things that supports business growth being on the top of the list.
So again, we said the event tomorrow, August 4th, Grand Coteau. Time, any more information to pass along?
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be tomorrow morning. I believe it's 9 o'clock. I'll confirm that right now. But in any event, we're going to be doing a press conference tomorrow morning at Noble Plastics, one of the great entrepreneurial, innovative success stories of our region. We talk a lot about the huge entrepreneurial success stories in Lafayette, but one of the things that we've realized as we've built One Acadiana is that as you look around this great region, there's all sorts of amazing stories to celebrate, and all sorts of amazing leaders that are coming together around this mission. So we're gonna do our first priority. We're gonna announce our first priority tomorrow, 9 a.m. At Noble Plastics up in Grand Coteau. Obviously, a beautiful community with a rich artistic tradition, a rich religious tradition, but also a place that is, in many ways, a great example of the dynamic entrepreneurial culture that makes Acadiana so special.
Now, for some of our listeners who are still getting familiar with One Acadiana, you're talking about the diverse business leaders that are a part of this group. Can you just kind of highlight some of the industries that are represented and how they're represented in One Acadiana?
Yeah, absolutely. So, so first of all, our board and our membership and our partners include many of the major economic sectors that people immediately point to when they talk about Acadiana's economic base, things like oil and gas, things like healthcare, things like banking. But we also have manufacturers. We've got folks who are small business people. We've got, in addition to having a membership and a board that is representative of our industry base, we also have folks from each of the 9 parishes that are part of the One Acadiana area. So every parish is represented, and we also have frequent conversation, frequent discussion, and input from our partners, the local chambers of commerce, the local economic development organizations, and the local tourism officials from across the 9 parishes. And of course, as I mentioned before, we're working very closely with the elected officials, making sure that as we focus on these issues, as we focus on these opportunities, we're doing all of that in collaboration with our legislative delegation. We're sharing that information with the gubernatorial candidates because we know there's strength in numbers, and we know we're going to go further faster if we work on it together, if we do our homework, and if we bring solutions.
Well, I can't wait to hear about the priorities. Again, we said tomorrow, 9 a.m., in Grand Coteau, the first of event. Several priorities going to be laid out here in the coming weeks. Jason Elkoubi and Joseph Zanco here from Home Bank. Thanks for joining us.